Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome to another awareness session of Reconstructed Minds Incorporated in partnership with Positive Lifestyle Management and Project Righteous Endeavors. My name is Shantario, aka Brother Midnight. I want to give you a little something, a little love nugget, so we can really recognize in our lives how important love is, how important this first principle is to the concept of organization. And I just want to take this time out to share something with you from the teachers of the blueprint. So without further ado, we're going to talk about love conquers all things. Love conquers all things. I'm going to begin reading on page 57 in the blueprint. It says, in preparation for the task before us, let us become more aware of our first principle. The love that we may go on and face the visions of our leadership as though call forth a purpose. From now on, we must put our love in its proper perspective by realizing that love is the one creative force of all existence. And also, a definition of love, when I say love to you, brothers and sisters, that means that I am willing to accept responsibility for you, and I am willing to share responsibility with you. So as we continue to understand what the first principle of love is, we will better understand the importance of love as being a part of the concept of organization, and also in reference to the importance of unity, how love plays an important part in unity. It says, love surpasses all principles because it is the first cause of creation for humanity. Simply put, without love, there will be no you. Thus, love can make certain that we progress nonstop towards educational, economical, political, and social development, and pave the way for our necessary change into the new concept. If we must give our lives energy to love each other, all else is secondary. Therefore, we are faced with the question, am I my brother's keeper? Love asks us not to ignore the shortcomings of our fellow brothers of the struggle meaning movement, but to love him in spite of his shortcomings, to show faith and love with him that we will catch our leadership vision, and in time to realize his own strength and seek to rise above our past. We need not flatter him nor lead him to overestimate himself. Whether we should help him to understand himself and know that he has a friend who will aid and assist him in all righteous endeavors. To that degree, we are our brother's keeper. So no matter how much we see an individual, a brother or a sister who has some personal issues and personal struggles within themselves, and they lack the personal strength that they need, it's our duty to love them through all their shortcomings, through all their misconceptions, through all their misunderstandings. And this love is important because it helps us to bridge the gap of dysfunction and between the family members. So with that being said, we recognize how important love is, being our first principle. It says each and every one of us is a complete expression of love and has the right to find joy in our service to the organization. Organization is a unified and consolidated group of people with an executive structure that deals with the well-being of all its people. It's an executive structure of business and enterprise for individual growth and collective acceleration of the body as a whole. Because of this, joy should come from our service, even in toil and pain. However, our concept of love has wandered far from the true meaning of the word. Love is now. used selfishly. Love is now used selfishly. More other than that, as an emotional control by our individual feelings, wants and desires instead of as the first principle necessary to our survival. So we must understand that we must lay aside the selfishness and the emotions that we are controlled by. It says, why is this so? Perhaps because we find it easier to continue living in the same manner which we are familiar with, such as drugs, pimping, prostitution, gang banging, and extortion. Now, I want to bring up something from the September 27th, 1982 letter in the third paragraph and the third sentence where it says, we are not a gang. It says, could it be that we are out to get turned on by life instead of plugged into to righteous living? To be righteous is to live upright and virtuous. Okay? It says if we continue to allow our neighborhood conditions to help our ability to keep our ability to love blocked by negative thoughts and attitudes, then we are standing in the way of our own success. So in other words, we must keep our actions, behaviors, and attitudes in check. It says, since love is the first cause of all existence, once it is truly accepted and understood as being our first principle, it will naturally cause us to grow and develop into a reckoning power of people. Now, a reckoning power of people means a force that has to be considered. It says the power of love is unlimited, and we alone may set its boundaries. Love is that which uplifts and inspires us. Our children are starving for love. Our mates will wither and decay like waterless roses without love. Yet love costs nothing, and its value cannot be measured by dollars and cents. But you see in today's society, a lot of people measure their lifestyle by dollars and cents instead of morals and principles. It says only by applying love, our first principle, can we lift ourselves from our wretched past and deliver ourselves into a foundation of integrity and dignity, being honest, being an upright person, living righteous. It says, in the highest sense, love is the action of service without thought of personal gain. So we must let go of our personal and selfish behaviors, our own big I and little U complex, and understand the foundation of love, the first principle of love in our lives. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring this awareness session to a close. I hope we have learned something together, brothers and sisters, that we may continue to grow and develop into that reckoning power of people, that force that has to be considered. With that being said, love to you all. Peace.